What happens when you engage in an argument or when you receive a comment that is not pleasing to the ears or is what you can call a criticism? Do you act defensively? Do you want to be defensive? What happens when we become defensive? That is what we're going to talk about tonight. In this Forward Friday, I am Chek Sai. Let's start. Yung kasabihan sa Tagalog, ang pikon, talo. That is exactly what happens when we become defensive in a heated argument or when we receive criticisms to our person or to our point of view. Bakit nga ba tayo natatalo? Because there are three things that happens when we become defensive. Number one, you will feel attacked. Whether or not that is true, you will put your defenses up, interpret everything that the other person is saying as a negative or as an attack to you, and at that point, you lose your objectivity. At that point, you will judge everything that they would say and do, not according to what they actually say and do, but according to how you feel. Therefore, you would do the second thing that happens when you feel defensive or when you are reacting defensively, and that is you would want to retaliate. You will drive the conversation to single-mindedly want to prove the other person to be wrong and you to be right. You lose the conversation because the spirit of any conversation is to find a common ground, even if it is to agree to disagree. If you keep driving the conversation to put the other person down and to lift yourself up, you will be two parallel lines that will never meet. The third thing that happens when we become defensive in arguments or when we are being criticized is the saddest thing that happens. And that is we lose the opportunity to show the other person how conversations like that should be handled. You lose the opportunity to show the other person how a bigger person handles a conversation like that. When we know better, when we are more objective, when we're calmed down, when we don't feel like we have to defend ourselves, even if other people are throwing at you accusations that are baseless, you will just want them to prove where they are getting their information from. You would just ask, why do you say so? When they're being impolite, you treat them by being polite. When they are not professional, you treat them with professionalism. You teach them how to handle conversations like this. When the only point of your conversation is to prove you wrong and that the other person is not listening, listen. When the only point of the conversation is to put you down, you raise your integrity up by maybe stepping aside for a while and not keep the heat going. You teach the other person that you can handle a conversation like that. I hope we work towards that because that is a great opportunity when things happen like as that, no? When people are, just being argumentative with us, no, that's your chance. And I hope you take that chance when you get it. That is our Forward Friday for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. See you again next week. Bye.